Hey guys, so I wanted to play this because it has been showing up on YouTube, and I wanted to see what is going on here. So one of the reasons why I was interested in this stuff is because I think that if you are making, if you see these kind of things, you really need to make your own judgment. I really like seeing the raw footage. I'm happy that for police officers, they have body cameras. I hope that for every instance, they always have their body cameras on, because if you do not have your body camera on, it makes it harder to plead. It makes it harder to defend your point, right? Or it makes it harder to defend their point if they're a police officer, but it also can protect them in case it turns into like a he said, she said sort of situation. So, I'm going to play the footage. The link is in below. Let me see over here. Do I have the link over here? Yeah, so the link is included below, and I'm going to play it. Again, this might be considered insensitive, but I think it's important that we look at this, we discuss it, and we just share our thoughts. I don't jump on the whole bandwagon that if the police did something, then it's completely unjustified. I shared my thoughts about like the Adam Toledo case. I think that people just like group this kid up like he's a total angel because of his age, and I don't give any person a free pass because of their age, okay? So I don't think that Adam Toledo should be celebrated like he's an angel, and people need to get justice for him because he was out at 2:30 a.m. shooting a gun. He could have killed someone, if those bullets were just stray bullets. You guys hear about sometimes like people just pass away because they get shot by a bullet, and it was just someone firing a weapon. So let's play this. So this happened yesterday. So the woman who was the girl who was killed, she's the one who called the police when a fight broke out. And let me know what your thoughts about this are.
And this is the latest case of an officer shooting and killing a black child. It happened the same hour Chauvin's guilty verdict in the murder of George Floyd was read. Now, in this backdrop, Columbus, Ohio police said they wanted to be transparent, releasing body-worn camera footage. And we want to warn you, the video is disturbing. We froze the video the moment before she was shot.
They replay it several times.
Walking up towards a fight in progress, a Columbus police officer fired his gun within 5 seconds. 16-year-old Micaiah Bryant died from the gunfire, according to foster care officials in Ohio. Her mother tells ABC 10's sister station WBN.
Okay, hold up a second. So what do you think the mom is going to say about the situation? She's probably going to say a good word about her kid, right? Because they always say good things about the kid. I'm just going to be, I'm just going to be transparent about that. All the parents always say, like, my kid was a good kid. My kid was great. Let's see what the mom says.
As the honor roll student was the one who...
Okay, honor roll student, that's a good thing.
...called 911 when the fight broke out.
Micaiah had a motherly nature about her. She promoted peace.
In the slow
So, Micaiah had a motherly nature about her. She promoted peace.
Down body-worn camera clip, Bryant appears to have a knife in her hand, attempting to stab the person in pink.
The officer took action to protect another young girl in our community.
Columbus's mayor said the incident is a tragedy for the city.
No matter what the circumstances, that family is in agony, and they are in my prayers. They deserve answers.
And its safety director says he is committed to ensuring accuracy in the investigation, and those answers will take time as the case is reviewed. And investigators say it is unusual for them to release this footage this early, keeping in mind that this is incomplete information and all of this still under investigation, Madison.
Okay, so here's my problem with this thing, okay? So I know some people are going to say self-defense over here, and some people are going to, I've been reading about celebrities say, there's no justice and there's outrage, and some people are pissed off about the police shooting her. But here's my thinking about it.
In the slowed down body...
I think when you look at the slowed down version, right, and I don't, and this is going to sound so insensitive, I don't care what the mom says about her having a motherly presence or her promoting peace. What I care is about what was her actions during that period of time? Was the police action justified or not? And when I look at
student
this,
was the one who called 911 when the fight broke out.
Micaiah had a motherly nature about her. She promoted peace.
In the slowed down
this is the part that this is the part. It's like I look at it and I say,
body-worn camera clip, Bryant
you see this? You see the weapon over here?
appears to have a knife in her.
I think that split-second decision, she could have hit that she could have stabbed that she could have stabbed the other woman, you know, in the head, in the chest, and you have to make a split-second decision when you are not in, you know, you can't grab her off of her, right? Because there seems to be quite some distance. You have to make a second decision. What do you do? Do you fire, or do you even have time to deploy a taser? In my opinion, I don't think that there was enough time to deploy a taser. He had to make I'm assuming it's a he, right? Had to make a split-second decision. How do you disarm someone who has a knife that looks like they're going for the head?
Hand, attempting to stab the person in
See, look how high the arm is right here. Very possible that she could have stabbed the woman in pink in the head or on the neck and caused some serious injury over here. So I think about the whole situation, and I know some people would say, well, if she was the one, right, if the one holding the knife was the one who called the police, then they could argue that it's self-defense. But when I see this kind of when I see what's going on, it looks like the other person, the person in the pink, doesn't have any weapon. They're not fighting. They actually looks like they're cowering in fear. And yeah, so what do you do if you're a cop? Do you shoot? Do you not shoot? What do you do? If I was a cop, I would have shot, because I would say I have a duty to protect the person in pink because that person is defenseless. And obviously, if I don't do anything, there's a very high chance that that knife will hit that person in pink. And if you don't do anything and you just like sit back, right? If that person in pink passes away or has serious injury, then the police will get crap about it. Like, how come you didn't defend the person in pink, right? How could you just stand there and watch what was going on? So it's a sticky situation, because it's like, I understand the media is all pissed. I understand, like, the media wants to report stuff like, oh yeah, a 16-year-old girl died, got shot by the police, you know, same day as the Chauvin case. But when I look at this, I think that, yeah, you have to, the person in the pink, that's the reason why they deployed the weapon. It's so that that person could survive another day without serious injury. So I see it as like an attacker and a person. And yes, the person in pink allegedly started the attack, but when I see it this way, right, it looks like that's kind of like a kill stab or very serious injury. So I'm not gonna, and people are going to give me shit about this, and some people are going to focus on, well, the police killed a 16-year-old girl who's an honor student. I'm going to look at the actions and say, I think this was justified. I don't know, you know, I'm curious to know what happened, what caused this whole thing. What, you know, was the person in pink, you know, what actually happened to lead to this kind of situation. But I understand that the mom wants to portray a good picture of her daughter who was holding a knife, but, you know, had a motherly presence. She promoted peace. Police, I'm not gonna say that. It's just like, that doesn't look like it's happening in this situation, like right now, with using just the police footage. So yeah, curious to see what happens because of it. Again, I won't be surprised if we hear the freaking Adam Toledo stuff. Oh, 13-year-old, oh, 15-year-old. Oh, just hold on to that. These people got killed by the cops and they were 13 and they were 16, and yeah, forget everything else. Just hold on to their ages, and I don't do that. So I'm gonna read chat really quick, and this kind of stuff. You know, the thing is like, I look at the situation and I try to make my own judgment from here. Like, if you are in front, like if the police comes over, right, and they see something happening and it's escalating super quickly, they have a split-second decision, right? What do you do right now? Do you fire your weapon if you see the knife going very close to a person's head like that, or what do? You just stand around? If they stood around and they didn't do anything, 100%, police department would have got sued by the person in the pink's family, right? How could you not do anything? You're charged with protecting the community. But then they take divisive action, and then they shoot the person who's attacking the person in the pink. Then they're screwed that way too. So it's kind of like I don't even know how the police would have won. I think it would just be show up later afterwards, and then yeah, that's it. I know that sounds so terrible for me to say it, but I don't really see a way for this, right? Because it's like, if you don't do anything, right? If they didn't react or they reacted too late, person in Pink's family is going to sue the police department for not acting swiftly, most likely, right? Because they'll say, you know, you saw what was going on and you didn't stop it in time. But yeah, you go the other way, then it just turns into this whole idea. And I won't be surprised if it turns into a whole, like, killer cop kills 16-year-old honor roll student who is peaceful and... Okay, you know what? That doesn't show during this clip. So yeah, I know I'm gonna get so much shit about it for sure. She wasn't gonna stab her. I disagree here. I mean, you can clearly see there was a weapon. What do you think this was? Just faking it?
To stab the person in pink.
She wasn't gonna stab her. She was just gonna, what, scare her? Corner her? Because to me, it looks like something definitely would have happened. I don't know how quickly you can deploy a taser, because also you have to have accuracy too, right? But I would say that if someone is going to be using force like that towards another person, you are justified in using a gun. What do you guys think? So let's read what people are saying over here. Let's see this. See? So police officer comes in asking what's going on, and then you can see, yeah, you guys saw that he was in the middle of a fight. And then afterwards, right? So she swings at a person, and then she appears to swing at a knife at a girl who was on the hood of a car, and the officer fires his weapon, sounds like 4 times, striking her, who died a short time later. And then other people are like, oh, you know, she's just a kid, you know. And other people are, and then the officer says, you know, she had a knife, she ran at her. So, see that? Put their hands on them. It's a tough situation. See? So now it's going to turn into, well, you know, she dropped the knife before she was shot or not. You know, it's like the Adam Toledo thing. Okay, you know, they tossed the knife before, he tossed the gun before, or maybe she dropped the knife. But it's like when you have that split-second decision and you see how it is, right? If you're a cop, it's like you can't make that judgment. Like if someone is striking, let's see, right? Like you see the knife over here.
Attempting to stab the person in pink.
You see that, right? And by the time it goes close to that woman's face, it's like that's when you have to already make that split-second decision. You can't be all like, oh, hold up, let me wait an extra second to see if they drop the knife. Yeah, I think she would have gotten injured, you know, contrary to what people will be saying about her having some motherly nature about her. It's like, I think that other person's like the person in pink. Yeah, you want both of them to not get injured, right? But when one person has a deadly weapon in their hand that can seriously cause injury to them, to the other person, then you have to act appropriately. You have a split-second decision. Again, we're seeing more and more of these split-second decisions. So, yeah. So I will talk to you guys later. I just wanted to share it with you guys. Oh, look at this. So yeah, comments, yeah, oh, commentary against the media. Yeah, the media's pathetic and full of it. So we will see what happens with this situation. And in case anything changes, I'll let you guys know. But this is all I've heard so far, and I just can't understand why people are giving shit to the police officer for this. Because again, if I was a police officer, I would have made that same split-second decision. Because I would say I don't want another person to die as a result of this. All right, you want to make sure that both people are unscathed. Yeah, like if they have a fight, you break up that fight. But once you see a weapon coming out and coming close to another person, and it seems like they're going to get stabbed in the head or the chest, yeah, you have to think like that is a move that can possibly kill another person. And I think that, yeah, you got to stop it. So yeah, if I find anything else about this, I will let you guys know. But yeah, we'll see what happens about this. I'm sure that we're going to hear another thing about people just giving shit to the cop again. And I have no problem. Saying when the cops are clearly in the wrong, like the Chauvin case, right? But this one, I can't really, I can't just like, I don't see anything wrong with the cop. Okay, maybe they could have used a taser instead, but is anyone going to fault the cop for taking action when this was happening to another person right in front of them, right? I wouldn't. I wouldn't give the cop shit for that. Okay. Yeah, and the thing is, it's like it sends a message to cops. It's like, okay, well, what is the right decision then, right? Do you just watch another person get injured, and then that way you can say, well, I didn't do anything, and this is what happened afterwards, or do you, yeah, like, well, what do you do about this? I think that the other person in pink, right? They shouldn't be stabbed. They shouldn't possibly be put in that situation where they're getting stabbed. And when the police are there, it's like you think things would simmer down and be under control. But if you are lunging at another person with a weapon that can kill that person, it's not surprising if the police decide to shoot a person. I really don't think it's that surprising. Okay, you guys, I shall talk to you guys later. See ya.